Okay, slightly messy here, but a very easy fix. Give me just a moment. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today? Today we are going to be extracting a little bit of fuel, getting a little bit of the event currency, and so with that in mind, let's go ahead and right into it, shall we? Admittedly, I don't have very many modules at this immediate moment, but I should have enough for a couple trips here. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Let's get straight on into it. I kind of want to move myself a little. Hold on. That's better. Straighten my posture too. Lat. Oh, whoops. Also had my crown, evidently. Extract. No, I don't wanna. Why are you starting off so rude to me? Why? We just got into the stream. Anyways, welcome to the stream, Sip. It's a pleasure to have you here. It is time to begin the extraction. Ouchie. Yay, we're winning the clash. And this time I do have my game audio on. That's good. Sometimes I forget. Deserved? How dare you? At no point was that deserved. 0 point. I have done nothing. Completely innocent. Nice. But yeah, we'll just be farming the currency for the funny event today. Pluck that, got some good envy res going on here, we love to see it. Ah! There's a ghost in my chat. It's scary, I don't like it. Greetings, how are you doing today? FO2? 02? It is a pleasure to have you here. Ooh. Took a little bit of damage there, but that's alright. He's lying, he's gonna... get us all. I'm not going to get all of you. That's a ridiculous statement. I would never do such a thing. And you can't prove that I would do such a thing either. But yeah, this fight shouldn't take too many of my brain cells to carry out. Liar, how dare you? How dare you accuse me of being a liar? I grow tired of your insults towards me. Oh, I see, I see. Makes sense. All the same, it's a pleasure to have you here. Ba-ba-ba. Oh boy. We got a bit of fuel extracted from us, but it's fine. We're gonna get their fuel in the end. Fun fact about these little goobers is that they're all made of goo. Nice. Got him. The units that are going to be giving us extra currency after we clear these missions are these two goobers right here. The middle big brother Ricardo and the House of Spiders middle apprentice Ishmael. I believe they're giving us a total of a 40% bonus? Not sure, I'd have to look at that again. Now we're gonna hit him with a closing time installation. Very cool animation. Bam. Look at all that art. So much art. But yeah, these goobers are about as close to vampires in this world without actually being vampires as you get. The actual vampires in this verse are called blood fiends. Well, apologies, I was mildly sneezy there for a moment, so I had to mute my mic. This weather right now really messes with my allergies quite a bit. I'm very allergic to pollen. It is very mean to me. I will say, this music is very nice. Okay, that'll do. That coin is very scary. This trash disposal one right here, it is deeply intimidating because it goes for a really long time if it keeps hitting heads, and we might see that very soon. Nope, it only hit heads once there, but it can do it multiple times, and it just obliterates your HP if it does. So it's very good to keep the sweeper's SP low so that doesn't happen. As low as you can reasonably get in any case. We also get a support NPC here, who is decent enough to be of some minor assistance. Not amazing by any means, but decent. And then we have the goat. But yeah, how's everyone's days been? Everything been going well for you? Oh, it's time. This theme means that we're ready to use our ultimate move on this goober, so we're gonna stack a bunch of envy res here and play into it. I very much look forward to seeing his animation play out. Oh, well, Faust was supposed to have the spotlight there, but it looks like Ryoshu decided to steal it. It'd be like that. Now Faust gets the spotlight. Nice. Ouchie. Oh, and fun fact about this goober here is she takes no damage so long as there is a House of Spiders unit on the team. That makes it to where... that's kind of what I was talking about there, where I can go multiple times. But so long as there is a House of Spiders unit on the team, the unit will take damage instead of her. Very strong. Anyways, this is what we're wanting to see. Big damage. Alright, we have done... we're about done with the second wave here. Let's go bit RAF based here as well, yeah. I like the look on that one, even though it's one of the weaker ones. Big feller. Nice. And blasted. It's just a very strong team. I'm very proud of it. Although it's not fully done yet because we're still waiting for some more IDs to come out. Okay, here we go. Oop. Go ahead and replace that with that. Go here, 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 here. Very good. Got an absolute resonance. Absolute resonance is a very good thing to go for. You should always be going for absolute resonance. It is time for Fascia's meal. Very nice. And here we're just going to run a little bit of space. One thing about this ID is she is very good at generating poise for herself, so basically everything she does here is going to be a crit. And if we really need it, we can erase people from existence to get a little bit stronger with her. But honestly, right now she's doing just fine, so there's really no reason to do that. I think I would more so be inclined to do that when she's at low, or whenever one of the units is at low health. Depending on the one, of course. Then again, I don't think it works like that, so hard to say. Nice. GSG Ton is also doing very well here. She usually goes down about this point. But I guess we've been doing so well that we haven't really had any issues. Nope, I might have spoken too soon. Goodness. Okay. Whew! Just barely won it before it came down to pure luck. Got a little bit of punches in there too. Nice. I'm seeing a decent amount of envy on the board that I might go for. Yeah, like that. Not bad. There we go. Very good. Almost done. I think these are the last... Yeah, these are the last ones. And we got a surprise for him, too. Very nice. I'm seeing Pride, and I'm seeing a little bit of Envy to play around with, which is a good thing, because it's that time again. She actually does a decent amount of burn when she gets amped up, I'm not gonna lie. Like, not great, not compared to actual dedicated burn IDs, but not bad. Ouchie, 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 ouchie. Okay, thankfully he stopped. Nope, I think we lost a clutch there, or that was uncontested, one of the two. Either way, they're going to be paying for it. Written straight up in the Book of Vengeance. Nice. Ooh, a bit of a mean combo there. Alrighty. We pretty well won here. Nice. Anatomize them for that defense level down. Not that they're gonna last another turn. Yep, we won. Nice. Okay. Let's see. We have survived. I believe we're gonna do that one more time. First, I'm gonna see if I can buy anything in the shop, though. Nice. Back out here. I do want this. Let's go over here to my profile. Customized. Let's see, what sticker would I want to replace? I guess we could replace this one with the nocturnal sweeping. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Do I have any more that have effects? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Give me that one that gets replaced next. Okay, back to the grind. Nocturnal sweeping. Support unit. Go down to Heathcliff and... Where'd he go? My support unit has disappeared. There he is. Sometimes it gets a little glitchy, I don't know why. Oh, hi Carmen, welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. How have you been? Welcome, welcome. We're going to be doing another run of the Nocturnal Sweepin. I'm not doing anything too crazy this stream. I'm just getting some of the currency for the event before it goes away. Show the nails? No, 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 no. I cannot do that. That is a no-go. I am quite simply incapable of doing so. Yeah, you have to ask Symphy, I believe. Unsure if Symphy's still here. I know Symphy was very busy. Alright. I will say, outside of focus encounters, it is very difficult to proc Rodian's transformation. It'd be like that sometimes. Anyways, are you excited that Velen Rodion is just around the corner? But anyways, I'm doing good after eating a chicken sandwich with cheese. Ooh, that does sound very good. Oh boy, we are struggling on that? How? That's like our top move, man. Okay, whatever. Maybe a little bit of envy will tip it just enough in our favor. Hard to say. We'll find out. You better not disappoint me, Ishmael. Otherwise, you may get erased from existence. Ishmael? Ishmael. Ishmael. The Rodion will be the last to come. They really be leaving the strongest for last. I am really interested in making a build with her revolving around Bird. I'm thinking I want Capo Merceau, Valencia Rodion, Lucio Heathcliff, since I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that he's going to be Lucio by now. And yeah, I think it'll be really good because we're going to get a lot of Tremor in that team. We're going to get a lot of Burn in that team. We're going to get Ryoshu to be able to apply Burn on the same turn. And I think that's a really good combination that's going to bring Burn back into, not necessarily back into the meta, but make it much more viable compared to other status effects. It needs it. Also really looking forward to being able to build a proper middle team. But I've got a lot of catching up to do. No, I don't use Soldato Claire, I use Dawn Claire. I use Dawn Claire, and right now I'm using Lamp Gregor, but I plan to use Liu Yisung in order to basically help guarantee that his SP remains high throughout encounters. Lamp Gregor already does a surprisingly good job at that, but that little bit of extra could make a big difference. I say little bit as if the SP benefit from Yisung is little. It is not by any means. Sadly, I just can't really go for Yisung right now compared to other IDs that are much higher on my priority list, namely everything from this season. Because I want to be... I hope she gives good buffs so I have a reason to shard Soldato Claire. I already have Caposalt, so yay. Oh, she probably does give good buffs to Thumb Unit. Well, That's interesting because I'm not sure if she will, since she was a notoriously, well, maybe Rodion wasn't, but Valencia herself was a notoriously bad leader. So I'm unsure if she will give buffs or not. Maybe she will, maybe she won't, hard to say. I'd like to imagine she would. Yikes. There we go, we got off our move properly. And you are getting cooked, sadly, but it's fine. You don't die, you retreat. Just maybe, possibly. Does Valencia give a buff to Lucio throughout their fight with him at her side? I don't remember. It's been a minute since I did the encounter. Goodness, you're just so cool. Yeah, I hope so too. I can see it going either way, though. Both ways would make sense. Alrighty, onward to the second wave. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's do an evasion here into Envy, into this. Yeah, that works. Lucio buff Valencia. Okay, maybe. It could be that Lucio Heathcliff will buff Valencia then instead of maybe Valencia gives like a general buff to them. Hard to say. Also, that entanglement is really getting up there. Yeah, that makes sense. Ouchie, 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 ouchie. Could have been worse. That one couldn't have been much worse, truthfully. I might need a fluid sac here soon. Thank you. Thank you for the 14 damage. Whoa, what a generational hating from that sweeper there. Did you see that guy? He traveled all the way across to hit her. Wowza. Okay, what do I want to do here? I think I want to do this, because I am seeing Ref on the board. And we do have the funny, but I don't know if I want to use the funny just yet. I think we're okay right now. I think I would rather... I don't think that's going to clash, but... Well, hold on. Let me check something. Because it wants to transform. That's rolling a 15 on this goober here. Does this goober have any debuffs to his name? Yes, Sunbleed. Yeah, that's not going to work. We're not going to be able to do that. We're just going to take the struggling. You can't tell me the same Clanker artist gives buffs to the faction that told him your art is but get out, so I'm still coping. You know what? That's a valid take, actually. That's really valid. I can see it. Yeah, that makes sense. Although, I will say, I definitely feel like the Favists are openly against the Corporists, but I also think that they are acknowledging of the Corporists as sort of like the foundation for their movement. You know what I mean? Because fundamentally speaking, they're very similar arts. Just one uses the parts of beasts primarily, and one likes to explore the nature of humanity, anatomy, in order to depict stuff. But outside of that, they're just super similar, in my opinion. They're not like the Pointlists at all. don't know, that's just me though. Oh yeah, it looks like, nope. Okay, we're good. Okay, I think now is a good time to activate the NV. Just go and do that. Do that. That. And that. And then up to that. Yeah, Callisto was unwilling to change. He started trying to take from other arts as opposed to improving his own, and that was ultimately his downfall. But fundamentally speaking, they use the same core principles, and that is actually acknowledged in Favis Rhodia's Uptie story. She is very capable of describing his art and how it works, but she doesn't see value in it outside of the fundamentalists because for a maestro, it's not very impressive. A maestro is a person who needs to be constantly coming up with new things pertaining to their specific field. Callisto wasn't capable of doing that, so Callisto tried to borrow from other places that just didn't really fit. And he kind of lost his way along the way. And that's ultimately why the corporist movement fell off. If he was able to expand upon his outlook towards humanity and humanity's inner nature, he probably would have been just fine. But he wasn't capable of bringing that out. Because a lot of the Favis movement is much more emotionally driven than the corporist movement, in my opinion. It focuses a lot more on trying to define the inner self through the representation of an animal. So, truthfully, I think all the corporist movement would need is some psychoanalyzation of oneself to really take off. But that's just my humble opinion. But alright, one more wave. Making a live corporate centipede boss monster. Maybe? I feel like that really depends. See, here's the thing. A lot of Callisto's art was what's the word I'm looking for? Over detailed. He wasn't able to let the art speak for itself. He was really focusing in on the shock factor behind his art and trying to elicit a strong emotion instead of allowing people to come to their own personal interpretations. Again, in the Rhodia Uptie story, she absolutely loathes her first ever art piece that was done, but the desperation that was captured inside of that art piece and the desire for something more was so captivating to the Favis that they let her into their society. She's not able to recreate that piece, and she loves that piece because she thinks it's of poor quality, because she's much more experienced now, but it is still such an impact for them because it has so much emotional appeal. That's what Callisto's art was lacking. Sorry, I know I'm getting into a bit of yap here, but that was what Callisto's art was lacking. He needed to find a way to bring about a strong emotion within people without relying purely on the shock factor of how horrific what he was making was. Obviously, The Ring is known for their horrific art pieces, but they have representations, and they have meanings, right? Yeah, that's kind of how I've interpreted it all so far. And of course, I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it. So I wouldn't necessarily say a centipede. In fact, I would say more focusing on stuff that we do know was a praise, like Tibia Melodica. Maybe he could bring about fulfilling seeing someone's potential realized, seeing how they perish ultimately, and then turning them into an art piece like this, with the knowledge garnered from that way that person existed and how they carried about themselves. That could be very good for the corporate movement. Because, again, the main issue of his art is it lacks personalization. I did not think I would be able to so passionately discuss this topic, I'm going to be truthful, but here we are. Hold on, I want to make that... I want to make that regret. Why? Why would you scare me? You're so mean, Carmen. You're so mean to me. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And I believe we're going to be good to go. I might actually make that a little yap session pertaining to Callisto into a YouTube short, I'm not gonna lie. I think it would be good to get other people's opinions on it. What do you think? The main reason that I haven't really been posting shorts lately is I want my shorts to be... Because that means you need to distort. No! No, I don't want to distort. Don't make me. I don't want to turn into Pursuance. Actually, I will say, Rodian's Pursuance Corrosion is really cool. Probably one of my favorite corrosions. Nice. This guy's about to stagger, but I think he's okay. As long as he doesn't go against any red coin. Whoa, Rodion. When did everyone get to such low HP? How could this possibly have happened? And you really need to switch out Faust's Fluid Sac for Command Meltdown. I feel like I get more Gluttony than I do Gloom in this team. Anyway, that is another sweeping completed. And truthfully, I am very low on modules. We got 3 modules to our name. I do have 21 boxes. I don't want to use the boxes. I'm saving them in case I have to cash them in for a rainy day. But we did get a lot of fuel. I'm going to skip these. I purely want the effect-based one, if I'm being truthful. Let's see. Is there anything else that we could poke at while we're here? Excuse me. Unsure. My favorite corrosion, the second is Ishmael 100. That one is very silly. I do appreciate the silliness value on that one. Pursuance Rodion is on the first. Hey! Nice. But yeah, I do agree with that. Ishmael's 100-legged maggot ego is very silly on its corrosion. I like the way she just sort of bounces around. Very fun, very fun. I will admit, I thought that sweeping was going to take a little bit longer. Well, we're about to get, no, we're not. What can we do? What can we do? Oh, I know what we can do. Pretty silly, but it sucks. Does it suck? Hold on, let's look at it together. Does it suck? Let's see. Inflict centipede venom equal to the sum of negative effects on self and the main targets. Inflict 1 seeking, inflict 1 rupture at 4+ gluttony or gloom res, inflict centipede venom by resin. So we can inflict up to 8 centipede venom, and this is going to... Well, what the heck? Oh wait, you can have 20 stacks, okay. So you could have a -5 defense down. See, this ego actually made me really think that the Ryoshu idea was gonna do poison. I'm surprised that it didn't. Upon death, transfers. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the bloom effects on Ryoshu. I don't know if it's bad, but I feel like it'd have to be built around. What is its passive? Whenever this unit inflicts sinking penalty, sinking count, or unique sinking using its skill, gain 1 offensive. What? No, that's not bad at all. Wait a minute. I'm not sharding Heisho. Well, you don't need to shard Heisho. It stacks with sinking. Look at that. See, we gain 2 offensive level up for free. And it is a 20 sanity cost. It's not bad. At 3 plus A resin. Yeah, 2. Yeah, look. So you can get 4 offense level up off this. I don't think this is bad at all. It's very clearly built for sinking teams, but not bad. Actually, wait. Let me look back at that really quick. It wants gluttony or gloom. Yeah. Pat. Thank you. But no, I can see viability in it. What is it? Yeah, it's a Zayan. It's not bad. Could be worse. Could be much worse. Could be lifetimes too. Sinclair. Okay, so this is my current burn team. Ignore this. We're gonna throw this away really quick because I don't have the right ID for that yet. But this is what we currently have. We have House of Spiders Ryoshu, Sync Dawn, Merceau, Dawn Claire, Magic Bullet Otis, the funny Leo Gregor, Liu Rodion, Liu Ishmael, and Liu Honglu. I'm hoping to get a Lucio Heathcliff to add here. I'm hoping to change this out for Valencia Rodion, and I am going to change this out for Blossom Star, and lastly Liu Yiseng, and then this team is pretty well going to be complete outside of uptying and leveling up. Which goodness knows is going to be quite painful, but we'll get there. So yeah, that's the plan for this team. What else? This one's pretty self-explanatory. I just need a little bit of adjustment, and then we're going to be good to go here again. We just need... We might not even use Valencia Rodion on this team. Hard to say. We'll figure out when we get there. What's this team? I don't know what's going on here, so I'm not going to poke at it. And then, of course, we have the sinking team. Yeah, very burny. The reason that we're using Malbranch Ryoshu here is purely for the passive. I'm planning on replacing her for Faint Aroma Ryoshu whenever Walpurgis comes out. But her passive is actually really good still for this team because she just gives you extra haste. And the ability to react to more moves is never a bad thing. Haste was something that I really emphasized on there early on into the game. So, yeah. Admittedly, I don't have much else to yap about for the stream tonight. I kind of got done with all I wanted to be done. I was actually expecting it to take a little longer to get that much currency for the Nocturnal Sweeping event. I could go one more time, but my modules are really low, and I want to make sure I have stuff for the dailies tomorrow. So, not with that in mind yet. Do you have any questions about anything? Random boss Merceau. Oh, no. That's not random. So see here. The res is actually good. When one ally with the fastest speed hits an enemy that has 3+ rup. So I can explain this. Trust me, I can explain. Back in the day, before Dawn had any good sinking IDs out, I was using Love and Hate Dawn for sinking. Love and Hate Dawn was very good at generating... Well, not very good, but Love and Hate Dawn generated Rupture. So my idea behind it was I would have Love and Hate Dawn, Heisho Branch Ryoshu, and Dead Rabbit's Boss as my Strike Force team, right? because they are the only units that use Rupture within this composition, and they sort of synergize with each other very well. In that context, this guy gives Clash Power to against targets that have Rupture, and if they have 5+ Rupture, it's Clash Power +2. This Goober, self-explanatory. She just does more damage whenever she has stuff right. And hold on, the Scooper. Okay, I can't justify that one outside of the fact that she does a little bit of Rupture. So basically, it was just me trying to optimize these 3 particular ones as best as I possibly could and justify their existence. But now that you've brought it to my attention, I really should replace this with someone else, especially since I have tier 3 and everything here. So we're going to take a look. Let's see. That's already inherently better. But we'll see if there's anything else we can poke at. What about this one? No, we don't. We really produce a lot of Gloom and Sloth, so if we can get Gloom and Sloth, that would be good. What about you? What do you do? You're Lust, right? Lust and Pride. Ah, yes, the artist Mercif is blinking. One ally with the fastest speed on hit inflict 1 defense down for every 2 types of negative effects on the target. Do we generate multiple negative attack types, or are we just primarily generating sinking here? Hold on. Does the index effect on Goobers count as a negative effect? Unsure. What do you do? No. I think we want to go... Yeah, I think Sync is the best option here, honestly. Just more speed. Can never go wrong with more speed. Oh wait, is it fastest ally or slowest ally? Yeah, the fastest ally, so it just stacks on the Goobers that are already going to be moving fast, so it's not going to break Lamp Gregor in any way to have him out and about. Alright, well, that's that optimized. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Carmen. One day we'll have a good replacement for this Goober here. One day. But all of that aside, good answer of my femboyous cute angel. Thank you. Concerning, but thank you. Alright, anyways, with all of that in mind, I will see you next time. Take care.